It's your daily dose of Donna. Happy Monday. Today is Monday, November 27th. The Monday after Thanksgiving weekend is always a tough one. I don't know about you guys. I could not get out of bed this morning. Could not get out of bed. My kids couldn't get out of bed. It was like torture waking up this morning. Just start your day. But now that I worked out and watched a little bit of Sister Wives, I'm energized. I'm ready to go. We have just a few more weeks left in this year because it's the 27th of November. Yeah. I mean, next week it's December already. Like, forget it. It's over. So, how are you guys doing? I hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Obviously, I was here on Friday, so we spoke a little bit about that. And then the weekend after, I promised you that I was going to be on the baseball field all day Saturday and Sunday. And that is true. I was on the baseball field all day for the turkey tournament, Oliver's baseball games. And it was so much fun. And it's the craziest thing because I had a moment, and those of you that are moms or dads that are listening to this, I had a moment where, we complain about all the time that we spend going to these games and going to the practices and the laundry and the money and da. And the truth is, these are the days. Remember that song? These are days we'll remember. I feel like these are the days that I never I'll be so sad when they're over. Little league days. They're just so fun. And for the parents, we all socialize too. And there's snacks and there's Starbucks and we just, we hang. It's so fun. It's such a good time. I really enjoy it. Friday night, I didn't have any plans the day after Thanksgiving. So I ordered pizza for the kids and I, and we just hung out and just watched some TV. And I actually had all these hours to do nothing or just watch TV. So I was like, I should spend it, investing in a show that I haven't really watched and binging. So I tried to watch Kardashians. Okay. I'll be 100% honest. I think I'm only 2 episodes into this newest season, maybe 3. I felt like I was struggling to get through the Kardashians. I've never felt that way about the show before, about them. I always enjoy watching them when I do. It's not on the top of my list, but when I watch the Kardashians, I usually enjoy it. I seriously could not get through it. Why is it so boring? There was hours spent on, just the career. Kim's speaking to students at Harvard about law and, her new a date night with Chris and her husband or boyfriend, Corey, and just going and sitting there forever. And I mean, I was nothing is interesting here. Not one storyline. Now, maybe interesting stuff happens, but I'm going to say, I feel like the era of Kardashians is truly over. We're still watching. They're still making a shite ton of money from us. Skims and the other brands and stuff are all doing really well, but I can't watch it anymore. I think I'm just so bored. Yeah, it's so, you guys are agreeing with it. It's it's fake, hard to watch. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't know. And I'm sad about it because it's kind of like that. Those kinds of shows are such just good filler shows. But on the Facebook group, Daily Dose of Donna Facebook group, join if you haven't yet. One of you guys said, are you covering Paris in Love, which is Paris Hilton's new show? And the truth is, I'm not, because I've never watched it. But Paris follows me on TikTok. So we're basically besties, right? Isn't that how it works? So I feel like I need to watch it. And I'm open to watching Paris in Love. So if you guys are watching Paris in Love, let me know. I will binge that. Maybe I'll do a recap thing on Patreon or something. But the Paris Hilton thing, and this is I can respect her. It's kind of like Kim Kardashian, right? I can respect her for being an incredible businesswoman. I can respect her for, being just so smart and literally working for years and years and years, her ass off, when she could have just, been another little rich girl that doesn't do anything other than, take her family's money. I truly believe that, I can see those things, but I've always struggled a little bit with Paris, like to be 100% honest. I've always struggled. I've never been a huge fan because of that kind of like fake Paris thing, which I think she's sort of rid herself on now. Okay, let's talk a little bit. This is a good segue about some stuff in the news. Paris Hilton and her mom, Kathy Hilton, were on the Today Show today with Hoda and Jenna. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but they were talking about, let me just pull up the article here so I don't get anything wrong. They were talking about Paris in Love. Obviously, they're promoting the show. And, Paris just had another daughter named London, a surrogate. So she now has a son, Phoenix, and a daughter, London. And I think that's so cute. I love that. But basically, Kathy breaks her silence on Kyle Richards' separation from Mauricio. Look, this is my true um, inclination about this situation. She's breaking her silence in a public way on TV, but she has broken her silence multiple times on Instagram because if you notice, she likes and loves every single post Kyle will post with hearts and stars and a lot of these emojis. Is this thank you or is this praying? I never know. And she also is she'll do that for Morgan Wade too. Those of you internet sleuths like to see who likes certain posts. There's a lot of that going on. You always know what's really going on if someone likes a post. The liking of the posts are so indicative of like alliances and who someone believes on. But anyway, so this is a high five. I guess the praying symbol is a high five. It doesn't look like a high five. It looks like thank you, like prayer. So then Kathy has been very vocal online about her support of Kyle and her love of Kyle. And also Morgan. I have not personally seen Kathy comment on anything Mauricio, but we all know that there was a little bit of bad blood between Mauricio and Kathy's husband, which is part of the reason that it just as a group, they were never really like connected. Remember, we've talked about this in the past, but Kathy Hilton's husband is obviously Rick Hilton from Hilton and Highland, big real estate firm. They gave Mauricio his start in his real estate career when Kyle and him started, I don't know, dating or got married when they were very young. And then he left Hilton and Highland to go start the agency. And then since he started the agency, he is full on, dominated, like really dominated the industry here in Los Angeles, at least, but kind of everywhere, obviously, is a TV show now. And I don't even know. Hilton and Highland is one of those companies that I don't think will ever go away. It's like a Berkshire Hathaway or I can't think right now of like a lot of real estate brokerages, but the ones that have been around forever. I don't think that it's going away or will go away, but I just think that, some have a little bit more appeal like to the rich and famous, right? So Compass would be one of those. The agency is another one that you feel like a lot of them. And I guess now with Selling Sunset, the Oppenheimer Group. Oh, that is something I did start watching once I couldn't get into Kardashians. I started Selling Sunset, the newest season. I love that show. But Lance came home while I was watching it and he was like, "You've got to be joking me. This is what these women are wearing. Like, is this a joke?" Literally to an open house, like one of the real estate agents is wearing one of those outfits that it's like a Taylor Swift Reputation outfit, or Lele Pons was wearing it at Dancing with the Stars the other night, where it's like one full leg and then no leg on the other side. And this is who's showing you your house for like a $25 million purchase. It's crazy looking. So back to Kathy and back to Mauricio. I think that there's always been a little bit of drama there, which is half of why Kathy and Kyle have never really been fully connected. How could you be if like your husband doesn't really like your sister's husband? It's going to always be a little bit difficult, right? So, meanwhile, this can't. Remember last time? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. YouTube's got to stop with me. It's like a mess. Okay, so then Kathy was asked by Hoda and Jenna, um, what it's like to watch Kyle Richards go through her separation. And basically, Kathy didn't say anything groundbreaking. She basically just said, that I love her and I'm sad about it. And it's definitely hard to watch, but also something along the lines of, that Kyle is really strong, really bossy, and resilient. She says, I love my nieces. I just want her to be happy. And then when Hoda asked Kathy, is there a chance for any other reconciliation down the line between her and Mauricio? It was very telling when Kathy basically said, well, if you're asking me, she says, there's no way that Kyle would have gone this far unless she really thought about it, meaning they're over. Kyle and Mauricio are 100% over. You guys, Mauricio was at Dancing with the Stars the other night watching Emma. Like, I'm not just saying that he's only hooked up with, like he's with Emma, definitely, but they're not, they're clearly there for the family. And I appreciate that they can co-parent. And I think that's like awesome that they're able to, they still live under the same roof. They have a huge house, so it's not like a situation where you see them every second, but they have a huge house. And it's definitely it will be interesting to see kind of like how these things go along. Do they get divorced? Do they not? Now, Mauricio has his next season of Buying Beverly Hills. It has not officially come out yet. However, it will be coming out probably in the beginning of the year. Um, because I have a friend who I know for years and years and years who's on the show, and we'll know about that a little bit more. I'll get her on my show when we are closer to the premiere date. But it is going to come out, and I imagine they're going to cover the marriage and the breakup on both Beverly Hills and Buying Beverly Hills, but Real Housewives and Buying Beverly Hills, because that's really why we tune in. It's for the drama, let's be honest. Okay, so oh my gosh, this reminds me, because we're talking about reality shows. You have to watch Squid Games on Netflix, the new reality show Squid Games. Obviously, there was a scripted one. Was it last year? I can't even remember, which was really intense and kind of like gory. This is obviously a game show. It is a reality show. It's not death related, but it is so good. We watched, I think, 3 episodes. I watched with both the kids and Lance. We're all really into it. And I could have kept going last night, but it was late. It's such a good, incredibly well done show. And I'm so like, invested. So if you guys are looking for a good family game show, that seems like a good one. Okay, let's move on with a couple other things. Anything else? Let's see. Yeah, so I can't believe this. I saw this morning and it made me so sad. You guys know last week at Zach Peters' Friendsgiving show where I was hanging out when I was sitting with Kristen Doty, I had no idea, but apparently she was pregnant. And sadly, she announced that she suffered a miscarriage with her boyfriend. She had a pregnancy at 6 weeks, it developed into what's called a blighted ovum, meaning, oh, I'm sorry. I really don't know if I should be saying this, but I feel like I need to say trigger warning before I talk about miscarriage. I'm sorry if I didn't. I don't know like what the rules are. But it's called a blighted ovum, meaning an embryo has not fully developed or developed at all. This is with her boyfriend, of course, Luke Broderick. They share a podcast together. I met him too. He was super cool, super nice. They talk about this in their November 26th episode, which is yesterday, called We Had a Miscarriage. And they talked about how she discovered she was pregnant on October 24th. And obviously that is not the case anymore. And it made me really sad for her. It really did. She's 40 years old. I didn't know that. She's 40 years old. So I feel like, yeah, once you hit 40, it's like definitely harder to get pregnant and stay pregnant, right? So I'm hoping for them that they're able to have another baby if that's what it's in the cards for them. But I did see that piece of news, and I'm here to deliver the news to you guys. One more piece of news that happened last week, but it's worth covering is the Dave Portnoy. I'm not going to get so deep into it because now it's been a few days, but basically there were all these rumors that he was now dating Raquel Leviss, Rachel from Vanderpump Rules, formerly of Vanderpump Rules. And he comes out over the weekend and he denies seeing what he calls trash bag Raquel Leviss mean. Ouch. He says, I can confirm I've never met that trash bag in my life, and it's wildly insulting to even be mentioned in the same sentence as her. Obviously, he was really, really upset about that and said it in such a tone. These are my thoughts on Dave Portnoy. Like, there are certain people out there that are just clickbaity. Like Dave Portnoy, for those of you that don't know, he's the president, the CEO, the founder of Barstool. So Barstool Entertainment, Barstool Sports. So if you listen to any of those podcasts, like the BFFs podcast, Chicks in the Office, he started Call Her Daddy. Like, he was the first person to give them a deal, Alex Cooper. So clearly, like, he knows what he's doing. He's a good businessman, but he's definitely like a clickbaity guy. He's like an Elon Musk type of guy, right? They're smart. They have a lot of money, but they are always saying something a little off the cuff. They try to get, people riled up, just kind of like, I don't know if it's for fun or whatever. I see a lot in Dave that I can't stand. And then I also find him entertaining in some weird ways, but yeah, I mean, I don't think that he's necessarily the guy that you would go to, get like love and support from. He just seems like a jerk. I will say he had an issue with Rachel from earlier because they were on his show. He has a podcast months ago when the news came out about Graham, the dog, who then got put in the shelter and turned into Hippie, who's now James Kennedy's dog. He said that is the most disgusting thing about her, is the fact that she would give her dog up for, send the dog to the shelter. So to me, I know that, maybe he means it less about like what happened with her and Tom and more about that. That was like a trigger thing for him. Who knows? Just thought I'd pass it on to you guys. And then if you guys are here live in the YouTube, I get this question a lot over in my comments, like, when do you go live and whatever? I am live Monday through Friday, usually. Of course, given certain circumstances, it may have to shift, but Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. If you subscribe to Daily Dose of Donna on YouTube and turn on the bell, you will always get notified of my lives. So do that so that you don't miss any. I love engaging with you guys. I can answer your questions if it's like on, on topic. But if it's not on topic, it's going to be hard for me to answer questions live. So just go on into the Facebook group and you can ask me there, or maybe I'll do like an Ask Me Anything on Patreon. That's what I should do, honestly. So I get it. I love the conversation. I just don't want to change the subject, just so you know. Okay. So what else? I'm trying to think if anything like big else happened over the weekend. No, that's it. That was it. That was all that happened. I did watch more Love Has Won, the most insane documentary you've ever seen about Mother God. I don't know if you guys are watching that, but if you like cult documentaries, that is one to watch. And Golden Bachelor is back on Thursday, you guys. Golden Bachelor, we're down to Leslie and Teresa. I just have to refresh your memories. It's been a week and a half. I miss Gary. I miss Gary. I miss him. And I think that if I were to go back and think about, the best moments of Golden Bachelor, it's every single one of them, to be honest. Oh, Susan, you guys, this is so fun. So I was messaging with Susan over the weekend. Susan's Kris Jenner. Susan on the Golden Bachelor. I was messaging with her. She's like, I totally will do your podcast, but I'm under contract until February. So they keep all these Golden Bachelorettes or the women on the Golden Bachelor under contract. So they're not allowed to like share anything or say anything. But how do we get Susan? Susan is such a star. Follow Susan on Instagram. Tell her I sent you. Okay. So I think, tell me, you guys, in the comments, if you believe that it will be Teresa or Leslie. I feel really pretty confident that it's one or the other, that it's one, but I don't want to ruin it for you guys. I don't know. Just from my feelings and just things I've seen. Okay, let's get into Sunday night TV. Did you guys watch Potomac and Sister Wives Tell All number 1? I think it's 4 weeks of Sister Wives Tell All. That's a lot. Okay, so Potomac, let's start with that. Now, you know me, I'm not a recap show. I will recap certain things like Sister Wives episodes when they sit on the porch for 3 seasons. I can recap those. I don't recap all the shows, all the Potomac shows or the Real Housewives shows, but I do pick on things that like I find interesting. And I'll tell you something. We got Nyeka. Nyeka. We got Nyeka coming on in. And I have to say, I'm not feeling Nyeka. I am not feeling Nyeka. She's coming in hot. She's coming in strong. She treats her husband like not great. I don't know if you've noticed that. She's very high on herself. She said that she drinks champagne in the morning with her supplements to get pregnant. Find that a little weird. And then this whole, when I tell you I needed a Venn diagram to understand this big drama in this season, there's a season here of this fight between Wendy and Nyeka. There is like some weird, like, I don't even know. It's a he said, she said telephone game about the crazy. Okay. So basically they are both Nigerian. I'm going to get some of this wrong. I'll just tell you that up front because I know I'm confused. So for sure I can't say it right, but they're both part of this Nigerian, lineage. And there's some weird like connection where Wendy's mom felt like Nyeka was claiming identity of being part of this Nigerian community, but she's not. And then Wendy's mom is now doing like witchcraft and has a shrine where she's like doing voodoo on Nyeka. You guys, this is not a joke. This is episode like 2 or 3. What are we talking about? And it's like the sister's husband's cousins called and told Nyeka that Wendy's mom was doing this. And this is not okay. I'm sorry, what? Now, a lot of you guys are saying the actual drama is Ashley. So a lot of you believe that Ashley is like the biggest pot stirrer in the Potomac world. She's like silent but deadly. She's silent but deadly. She's just there. She kind of just throws her little comments in, but it doesn't really like sound mean because she's so cute and so pretty. And she just like says it with a high voice, drinking her Corona. I mean, how many Coronas has Ashley had on all her seasons on Potomac? Because I used to watch Potomac seasons 1 and 2 or 3, and then I kind of fell off for a little bit. Now I'm back since season 7. And I can count probably about 89 Coronas. Ashley's middle name is Corona. It's Ashley Corona Darby. ACDC. Ashley Corona Darby Corona. She has to have 2 in there. So anyway, this drama is so confusing. To me, just give me Karen Huger. I just want to watch Karen Huger, and I also want to watch Candace. I love Candace. I don't know why. I've said this before. I love her. When I saw her sing the Vanderpump theme song, I thought it was like music, like angelic. Love it. Anyway, the drama between all of them, like it feels like we just have fight after fight. Shout out to, I want to say her name was Barbara, and I'm going to try to find this post on my Facebook community. It was so good. And she basically said that she's figured it out. She's like, I've figured it out. The kind of formula. I think she used the word formula. How do you search in a Facebook group? Hold on. Oh, there we go. Shout out Barbara Brooks. You're going to get a shout out on today's show. This is what this genius Barbara wrote on the Facebook group about Real Housewife. Now check it if you don't believe that this is true. She says the formula is broken. Okay, like most of you, I've been watching The Housewives since the very first show. I rarely complain about them out loud. And then she said, because I'm far from being a troll on gossip sites with a wink. But after all these years, the formula has gotten stale. Here's every show. At the start of every season, the group producer, aka pot stirrer, has heard a rumor and shares with another, leading to a disagreement between a few castmates. Right? And this one is Ashley, the rumor of Nyeka and Wendy. in Beverly Hills, it's Sutton, maybe, or Kyle, like one of them hearing the rumor about like what's going on with your marriage or whatever. I'm trying to think. Salt Lake City. What's Salt Lake City right now? What are we dealing with on Salt Lake City? What's the rumor? Oh, well, there's a few about the breast cancer and like starting that drama. Then it says, this is back to Barbara's post. She goes, next, the scenes for the entire season are number one, two go to dinner, pretending to eat and talk about a housewife from the disagreement or a rumor. So let's go to last night Potomac. We have Robin and Giselle. They go to a sports bar or a bar. They order some spicy margaritas and some food that looked really good. To be honest, I was very hungry watching, I think, because it looked really good. And they started talking about the Wendy Nieka fight. Number two go shopping at a tiny retail store, buy nothing, and talk about another wife from the same disagreement or rumor. I don't know if we had that in this episode. We had Candace talking to her mom, and we had Nieka talking to her husband. I think that's kind of like what we got from this one. Number three, all go to dinner, and an argument ensues from the gossip they heard from the dinner scene. In this case, it was a pickleball game. It was a pickleball game where Huger, Karen, and her husband threw a pickleball party, invited everyone. Karen took the pickleball theme real far. She was wearing bright green top to bottom and had 17 jars of pickles. Like, I understand it's called pickleball, but like, it's not really pickleball. It's not pickles, right? But okay, she went in on the theme. They had a big dinner. I guess it was dinner. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. It was like Vegas. Was it daytime, nighttime? Like, it was just bright in there. It was an indoor pickleball court. I love how they pretend to play. They got trainers to teach them, how to hit the ball. Do. They go back. They're sitting down at the dinner, and that's when Nieka goes after Wendy. So now they're all yelling about it. The next one she said was all attend a costume party, and an argument ensues over the disagreement or rumor heard from the shopping scene. Well, we didn't have that on this episode, although Karen was in her pickle outfit, but on Salt Lake City, we definitely had a bonnet fight. We'll never forget that bonnet fight. And then all do something unbelievably silly together, and the rumor and disagreement follow. Okay. That could have been the pickleball, could have been like churning the butter. Okay. And then the final is all go on a trip. We're going to Austin next week on Potomac. And the rumor and disagreement follow on the trip, leaving argument after argument at every location throughout the trip. The season wraps at another house party, sans costumes, with no resolution, carrying the thing into the reunion of who said what, complete with insults and yelling like they're five. Did I miss anything? You guys, it's so true. It is on every single episode of every single Housewives show. You have, like a twosome, and then another twosome, and then a group dinner, and then a big event, and there's, the disagreement, and then they go on a cast trip, and then it's the reunion. I mean, this woman was so on it. She goes, I'm bored, but still watching. It's my brain candy, damn it. She goes, oh, and I'm 57 and love these women are mostly 40 plus. It's what Dynasty was to my mom. I love it. I thought it was the best indication. This is what we're watching. We could all be Housewives producers at this point. Like, if you have studied and watched the Housewives, we could all be producers. We could produce another season, another, city. What city would you guys like to see if they did add another city? I'm thinking of something like it would have to be a city that would be somewhat diverse, has to have obviously intelligence, but also just like a sex appeal, lots of money. You need money on the Housewives, Monica. I don't know. Interesting. Okay, so anyway, so Potomac. I mean, the most interesting part about it was when Juan. Oh, no, we didn't even get into the Facebook of it all. This is literally the most insane thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Somehow, in this weird fight between Nieka and Wendy and the mom and the shrine and Nigeria and all of this voodoo crap, we come to find out that Nieka notices, how, I don't know, that Wendy's husband has unfollowed Nieka's husband on Facebook. Y'all? Huh? Number one, if you're seriously like, I'm on Facebook all the time now because of Daily Dose of Donna, but I don't believe Facebook, like Instagram, if we're talking Instagram, that is more of a like a I I'm over you, so I'm unfollowing you. That's like how we all follow all the Heather McDonald, Jeff Lewis drama, right? Like who's following who's liking whose post, who's doing this, who's doing that. So this is literally what we always talk about, this like, oh, look, she liked it. She followed him. He's not following him. They must not be talking anymore. But Facebook? How do you even who's it? Who's looking? Who's looking? And so there's a big drama about like, did I know you? Was I your friend? I didn't. I just met you today. I don't know. Someone's lying. Someone is lying. And those husbands, apparently he followed him on Facebook and then unfollowed him. It's all ridiculous. And it's so boring. The Facebook fighting. What are we talking about? Nyaka's not bringing anything joy. Like she's not bringing joy to my life. And the Casa Potomac is so large already. I don't know if you guys feel that way. It's like so filled that I almost feel like, why did we need someone else? Like, get rid of someone then. Oh, okay. So the final part of the show was when Juan was hitting the pickleball. He was actually the only one playing, and he runs over and he falls into the fence. Like it's like a gate, like a chain link fence in the middle of a pickleball court. Kind of weird looking, to be 100% honest. And pushed the fence to the food table where all of the hot food, I guess it was beans, spill, including the little, gas, like fire warmers. So now there's a fire in the pickleball studio. Okay. We'll see. I want it to get better. I'm not really excited or like dying for Potomac. Really not. Okay. Let's move on to, another show that nothing really happened, but everything happens. And that's Sister Wives for you. Because if you watch Sister Wives, it's about everything and nothing at all the same time. It's a story of love. It's a story of divorce. It's a story of plural marriage. It's a story of bad dadding. It's a story of horrible hair. It's a story of eyebrows that honestly should be illegal. It's a story of a lot of crying with no real tears. Sister Wives is the story of our lives. We can't get enough of Sister Wives. And honestly, it's really, really unbelievable how incredibly unlikable Cody Brown can continue to get. Like I thought we were at the pinnacle. I was like, we hate Cody so much. Oh no. Sister Wives tell all, we hate him more. So basically the way that these Sister Wives tell alls go, they're always different. But this year it's decided that Suki, who you guys do not like, I've seen some comments. Oh my goodness. You really dislike the host of this tell all. I think the truth about the reason why you guys tend to not like her is because I think you feel like it's it's like she lets them off softly. She doesn't hit the hard questions. We're not getting what we want, right? She's not holding them accountable. But I do believe, and you guys have to remember this, I don't know how much of these hosts have creative control over what they can say, ask, and do. Like there is a part of me that feels like in order to be a really good moderator or a host, you have to be able to just kind of say F it and do whatever you want without getting in trouble. But she's hired by TLC and she has to follow their rules. Remember at BravoCon how Jeff Lewis did his opening Ask Andy panel and completely, threw the cue cards to the side, asked one question that Bravo forced him to ask and then completely went on his own? Well, it was like, you guys, it was very scandalous and it made a lot of press, but it was good because he just like went in deep. Suki is probably not as, ballsy, I would say, to be able to do that. I feel like she just, she's just asking the questions that TLC is asking her. It's only episode 1, so we don't know. It could get more, but yeah, she did drop the ball on some questions we would like getting answered. But just to remind you, so it's a 4-part tell all where each one of them, Cody, Robin, Christine, Mary, and Janelle have their own individual sit downs with Suki. And the way it's edited and cut together is that basically she'll ask one a question, but then it'll go from like housewife to housewife, not housewife. What are they? Sister wife to sister wife and Cody to answer kind of like their thoughts about that same topic. Okay. Number one, when Cody walks in, he's like, hey, what do you think of this variety show? It's the variety show, Sister Wives variety show. Well, Suki liked that question, that comment, because then she decided to go to all the wives. She says, tell me, what would be your song in a variety show? Well, Mary says single ladies, which Mary's been single for 20 years. Let's be honest. Okay. Janelle said, We Will Rock You by Queen. Christine said, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Did Robin have a question? I don't think they asked Robin. I feel like if they did ask Robin, it would be one song. It would be Cry Baby. Is that a real song? Or It's My Party and I'll cry if I want to. Is there another crying song that I'm missing? Anyway, so, then Cody goes, my song is Losing My Religion. And Suki goes, oh, wow, that's poignant. And he goes, actually, did you know that it's not about religion at all? Did you know it's about unrequited love? Well, I didn't know that. So what? He's doing like a music history class on the side. He Googles. Don't you totally see Cody Brown doing this with his hair like bouncing? He's like, songs about people that don't love you back when you've been loyal and amazing to them, when you're just a resource to them. So, okay. Then, lots of questions are asked. Here's what I'm going to say. I would say in general, it comes down to the fact that Cody is so damn butthurt, like more so than we've ever seen him before, for one reason and one reason only, because he feels embarrassed, humiliated, and like his ego is bruised. That's really why he's upset. He's not upset that he lost his wives. He's not upset that he lost, Mary, Christine, and Janelle, that they left. He's upset that he was left. You know what I mean? It's like people that say, well, before that, the reason why we know that he feels this about, because he now is saying, and a lot of people think it's, Sob and Robin said it's revisionist history. We'll get into Robin in a second. But Cody is saying, I didn't realize this, but I wasn't in love with any of them until I met Robin. So Suki says, what do you mean you weren't in love with them? He said, no, I think I loved them. I didn't feel in love. I didn't feel that passion. I thought it was love. And look, there may be some truth to that. Mary, Christine, and Janelle were women that he maybe felt the need to like acquire. Talk about finding resources, right? But like acquire to be, a solid, strong polygamist. He basically found these women that he just pretended that he liked enough that he was like, I love you, but didn't really understand. And that's true. Like, it's very possible that is, how many times has that happened to us, right? Where you'll be with boyfriends or girlfriends, you'll be in relationships for a long time, and then you meet really the person that you're in love with, and you're like, whoa, like this feels different than anything I've ever felt in the past for any of these. But either way, what he really should have admitted, and he does finally admit in this show, in this tell all, that Robin is the only one that he really fell in love with. Robin, shockingly, is the only one that he really was so passionate about that, guys, he wept for months. Not cried like, wait, now I get it. Wait, hold on, you guys. Revelation. Cody meets Robin, and then he starts to become a crybaby out of positivity, out of joy. He's crying for Robin. Now, Robin sees Cody crying all the time, maybe, and then she decides, this is our love language. Our love language is not acts of service. Our love language is not rejoicing in prayer together. Our love language is shedding tears, is liquid coming out of our eyes. I will cry. It's like their secret signal for each other. So that's why every single time anyone talks to Robin, she starts to cry, because that's her way of showing her love to Cody. That their crying is their love language. I've discovered it. I just figured it out. Anyway, so Robin obviously was the only one that really, satisfied him. Probably, let's be honest, she probably served him well in that white sports car. Don't you guys think? Listen, Robin came from an ex-husband. She had all these kids. She needed to get into something fast, and there was a TV show on the line. This is TLC. This was Robin's moment. And we all know that Robin's a good actress, right? Robin was trying to get discovered. Robin would leave Cody in a heartbeat if she got an offer from Ryan Murphy. Robin is the new Nene. She's moving on to bigger and better things. She's leaving TLC, and she's going to be on the next season of American Horror Story. Seriously, forget Kim Kardashian. We need Robin to take the foray and jump ship from reality to scripted. What role do you think Robin can play really, really well? Trunchbull, Miss Trunchbull from Matilda. Okay, so the conversation is, about Cody crying tears of joy, weeping tears of joy for months because he felt something so, so real, and we all know what that means. Boing. Just saying. Just saying. Not safe for work edition. He felt something finally, right? Then, this is the craziest part. Suki goes to Robin. Robin, did you know that Cody said that you were the only one that he really fell in love with, and that he cried for months out of joy? Her reaction, for the first time in all the time we've ever seen Robin on the show, her reaction was nothing. Did he say that? I hope he didn't say that to the other women. Wow, I didn't know that. Cried tears of joy over me. He loved me so much. Wow. Does Robin not like Cody? Maybe that's what's happening. She's in misery. She signed up for this because she wants the paycheck from TLC and from Mary. And so she obviously has absolutely no real feelings for Cody. And now she's stuck with Cody. Cody's like the guy that he's like a pest to her, right? She's so, get out of here. Get out of here, Cody. Go to your other wives. But the other wife, he doesn't want the other wives. He only wants you. And now Robin's like, oh crap. I stepped in shit and I can't get it off. She's stuck. She's stuck in that relationship. Oh, he said that he cried about me for months. Oh, he loves me the most. Oh, hope I didn't tell the other wives that. What happened to emotion, Robin? You're so clearly able to show emotion in other ways. What happened here? He lost me. She lost me. So anyway, so she continues to talk. Now, every time Suki asks a question, I want you guys to notice what Robin does when Suki's talking. It's a lot of this. A lot of hair fixing, sweater fixing, always with the damn cardigans. Get new outfits, ladies, all of you. Okay, hair fixing. Gotta fix the hair. Back to sad, sob and Robin. Robin is a piece of work. She's a piece of work. Now, Cody then starts talking about this fight he has with Janelle. They play back the tape. Remember the tape where he's like, where she's like, you're going to let me talk. And he's like, no, I'm not going to let you talk. You're going to let me talk. No, I'm done with this conversation, Janelle. And she said, F you. And then he slams the door. So they made everyone watch this fight. This was like probably the climax of all 18 1,000 years of Sister Wives, this was the top, the most dramatic thing we've ever seen, ever. And so they make everyone watch it, and Janelle's just, she's upset about it. She never thought, she came to that conversation with notes, but he steamrolled her. He was so, he had to use words like culpable, accountable, culpable, gaslight. He said that it was a very upsetting scene for her. And then Jeanette and then Christine, had to watch it too. Now, Christine has always had this like opinion here where she's always felt like Christine's, listen, you could say she's being a good friend, but Christine wants to pull Janelle out of that relationship so fast. It's like she knows that the guy's an asshole, and she's like, you got to get out. Like, you don't understand how much better it is on the outside of this. So they start talking about this time that Cody had COVID. Cody had COVID, and his six-pack and abs and pecs were getting soft. He said he was so sick, and Janelle never cared for him, never took care of him. Well, Christine says, I was on vacation with Janelle, and I told her, do not go home, because if you go home for him having COVID, if you go home, you won't be allowed inside their house. You will drop off some soup or food on the outside on the porch. He didn't come and take care of you. You will absolutely not leave this vacation. And this is why we know that Cody didn't actually feel like he needed Janelle to take care of him. He had Robin and her 46 kids. He didn't care about this. He didn't care about Janelle when she had COVID. Janelle has done this entire relationship on her own. She has never co-parented with him. She said he was always unavailable. She basically was so independent from day one. She was working. She was going to school. She does everything on her own. Like, Cody comes in there sometimes with like some working gloves, fixes a little hitch on the trailer. But Cody is totally checked out of that relationship with Janelle. He forgot Mary's name at this point. He literally doesn't even know who Mary is. And Christine, he was really hurt by. I think he did love Christine, to be honest. Now, they did have a moment with the six-pack and abs, or six-pack abs and pecs, where they played this back, and Janelle is dying of laughter over it, although we all know that they had bomb sex. Okay? Janelle and Cody did it in all the positions. Kama Sutra. Janelle and Cody bought those books. 46 positions, things to add spice to the bedroom. They did. They may have like been hung from ropes and stuff. Like the, the people that hang from like ribbons or whatever. There's probably a stripper pole somewhere in Janelle's apartment next to the beanbag. You don't think that beanbag is actually for sitting, right? No, it's to soften the blow when you fall from the pole. That beanbag is important. So Janelle is hysterically laughing over this moment of the, him talking about the abs and the pecs. And she goes, yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine, but there's more important things to marriage. And Cody was, talking about how he felt like he was just a resource. Just a resource. She never dove into any humanity, whatever the hell that means, from him. He was just a resource. And I love, like, it's, using Teddy Mellencamp's language, it's so rich of him to be able to say that when he literally just said, I never was in love with any of them. Like, what are you talking about? Of course, they couldn't dive deep into your emotions because you were never there for them. Although I don't agree that. I think before Robin, he probably was. Anyway, that was episode 1. We ended at the question that we're all dying to know. All of us are losing sleep over, which is Suki asking Cody, did you guys have good sex? And then it ended. I mean, I was like, wait, that's how Sister Wives is ending for the night? TLC is really stepping up their, their late night programming. We see the trailer for next week when we get to meet David. This is the love of my life. Christine's like, he's the love of my life. You're going to love him. You're going to love him. He's the love of my life. It's a little over the top. It's a little like giving teenager with a new boyfriend. situation. And that's it. We'll have to see what happens. I do think Cody's packed on some pounds, though. I do. Cody and Robin seems like a house of horrors. Like, I would not want to live in that home with those like brown walls. They paint all of their walls like a deep, dark burgundy. Who wants to live with deep, dark burgundy walls in every room? It just feels so depressing. Anyway, you guys, love you, appreciate you. See you tomorrow for Tuesday's show. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your Monday. Bye, guys.